So the previous three examples we took a look at were all considered large cap coins, Bitcoin being the largest cryptocurrency available at this moment, followed by Ethereum. Cardano is certainly a competitor as well, often remaining in the top five largest or even the top eight. The next coin we'll take a look at is a much lower valuated coin, and the next coin will be BitTorrent. So this was a relatively unknown coin that came into the spotlight of social media discussion during Q2 2021. BitTorrent, or BTT, started the year with a valuation of 0.00028 per coin, and it spiked to 0.0123 during the April market uptrend, which is a significant price increase. So here are some stats on BitTorrent. Market cap is about $2.7 billion. It sees about $455 million worth of trading volume. Its circulating supply is 659 billion BitTorrents. The max supply is not defined, and the total supply is 990 billion tokens. And it's considered a peer-to-peer file sharing platform. So here is the BitTorrent to US dollar chart. This is on CoinMarketCap. So this is its all-time price valuation in terms of US dollars. So here we see it was first recorded around 2018, give or take. So this was on the tail end of the 2017-2018 market cycle. We do see a small increase in May 2018 and generally very low valuations throughout 2019 and 2020. And here we do see a rather dramatic spike, a rather dramatic increase in market valuation in April 2021. This is its market capitalization. For the most part, it relatively was considered a small cap coin. Less than $1 billion was invested, and really up until about 2020 would remain that way. We do see a rather dramatic capital valuation increase in early 2020, and then finally an increase and a spike to about a little over $10 billion were invested in the project in April. Now here's BitTorrent's price and social dominance chart. Once again, the price is in the green line and the social dominance is shown and observed in the pink line. So here's the chart from early 2021 into 2022. We do see this rather dramatic price increase going into April. Really on April 8th, we see this overall extreme peak of about 0.103, give or take. And social dominance really followed alongside with this, where we saw, if we look at the right side, the scale is fairly low. So this high right here was considered about maybe about 1% or maybe 1.2% of the overall crypto social dominance sphere, or the overall crypto social space. This high observed correlating with its all-time high in April 2021, we do see BitTorrent, this fairly unknown and relatively unknown, unproven coin, managed to garner about 6.4% of the total market space, which is a significant amount for a coin that really, for the majority of its existence, was considered a small cap coin and had less than $1 billion invested. This was, considered a massive increase at the time, and everyone was talking about it, how it was one of those small cap gems that really just blew up over the course of 2020 and 2021. So key takeaways from the chart: Q1, BitTorrent saw substantial price increases from a 0.0002 start. in early January 2021 to a 0.00448 by the end of March, which is a 1,558.64% increase in price in 88 days. So in less than 3 months, it managed to pull that off. Market cap increases from $288 million in January to $3.9 billion by the end of March, which is once again a significant increase. We're talking from 288 million to 3.9 billion. Social dominance correlated with all those figures as well, where we saw it took up mainly about it started from 0.09% and really hit that all-time peak of about 6% of the total social space. Q2, BitTorrent sees a significant price rally, reaches an all-time high of 0.013, a 4,583% increase from the beginning of January, really just in 4 months. BitTorrent social dominance spikes in early January, correlating with that price increase, reaching a high of 7.8% of the total space. Now in Q3, BitTorrent sees extreme losses during the May market crash in comparison to higher capitalization coins such as Bitcoin and Ethereum. Social dominance returns to January levels of about 0.099% of the total social space. And this is really a great example of why often many will say that the large cap coins are much more safer investments compared to these small cap coins, where all of crypto produced losses in May. But some produce much more losses, much more dramatic losses compared to Bitcoin and Ethereum. And one of those coins was BitTorrent. Here's a headline. This is actually from Yahoo Finance, and this was talking about why BitTorrent cryptocurrency rallied 103% last week. This is actually dated from March 22nd, 2021. A lot of people were talking about BitTorrent during this time period. It was really popular, and it really just came out of nowhere. And there's a couple of reasons why BitTorrent did pump, which we will go over. One of them being brand recognition. So BitTorrent has been a well-known and well-used decentralized peer-to-peer file sharing program for decades. People have used it to share movies, music, other forms of media across the world without third-party oversight or restrictions. So this BitTorrent, actually the program, before streaming websites such as Spotify and Netflix, people used to download music, download movies off the internet. One way of doing that was using torrents, where people would have the file on their computer and they would share it with anybody, and you could download it from them using a torrenting program, essentially pirating. I'm not condoning that, but this was actually a system of decentralization before cryptocurrency was even created, right? So this is like one of the progenitors, one of the early iterations of decentralization on the internet was done through BitTorrent. There was also great growth potential within BitTorrent. During the 2020-2021 bull run, investors speculated on a variety of low price or small capitalization coins that could potentially have massive increases and thus have a massive increase on their investment, BitTorrent being one of them. There was also a strong social media presence. As seen in these social dominance charts, BitTorrent cornered a significant chunk of the overall crypto social media space in March and April, topping off at about 7% of the total social space. They even made it on the front page of Yahoo Finance. So that's a pretty big deal for such a small cap coin.